Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. I hope all is well. It's been a while since I've been on live on any social media platform. As you know, it was just a very busy year, 2024, for us. And I am, to be honest with you, I'm very happy to have had a little bit of time off to spend with my family, and to also do a little bit of traveling while during this downtime. So the holidays, I try to take off from November to December, but it doesn't always happen like that. Those are my plans. Phone rings, I go. So we are actually on live. I'm supposed to have Danny from Dad Security on today. And as you all know, a lot of things are going on in the world, but more specifically, right now, the Los Angeles is on fire. And that is where a lot of high level corporate executives live, high level VIPs and celebrity clients live there and work there. And so, there's a bit of concern for those people and for the security companies that protect them. Now, Danny with Dad Security, he specializes in high end residential security and executive protection for those VIPs. So I was interested to know what Dan was doing out there to protect his clients. And also, when we think of executive protection, everybody thinks of what you see on TV, what you see on the news. Um, and that is simply not the way things are done. uh and when I say that, I mean when you see people doing executive protection work, it's always the proverbial someone walking in front of someone walking behind someone walking beside someone. But there's so much more to the executive protection uh, to career and what we do, and a lot of it has to do with planning. A lot of it has to do with planning before you're actually doing a protection detail, whether it's a one-off detail, or if it's a long-term detail. There, if you're going out of town, if you're going out of the country, or CONUS as we call it, there's a lot of planning that has to be done for that. But we don't never think about the long-term planning, right? In the corporate world, they call it co-op planning or business continuity planning, and co-op for short. So, but that continuity planning and that emergency preparedness is a big part for the executive protection industry when you're working with individual clients as well. And so, why do I say that? The reason I say that is because let's look what's going on in in California right now. These wildfires. Nobody plans for that. California has everything. It has wildfires. It has mudslides. It recently had a tornado, and we also have earthquakes in California. So when you're doing executive protection work, you have to take those things into consideration. Now, here's what I do know. Let's see if I can get Dan Security on in a minute. When How many people have a plan for their executive when things like this go wrong? I mean, is that something that you would normally plan for, or would you normally be waiting around for a phone call to come and say, "Hey, I need you to go with me to the BET Awards, or I need you to accompany me to this shareholder meeting, or whatever"? So we just plan for that. Okay, let's go run the routes. Let's do the advanced work. Let's go to the hotel. Let's talk to the security director and do all of this and all of the entries, exit points, all of that good stuff. But when it comes to the everyday life, we don't really plan for that. And I'm not going to say we as a total industry, but a lot of people doing the work don't plan for that. So a lot of my clients live and work in the California area. Northern California, San Francisco, up in Napa, the Oakland area. Um, so we have a lot of clients there, and there hasn't been an earthquake, a significant earthquake in quite some time. But we have to plan for that. What if these earthquakes happen? Um, what if, you know, it affects the building that you work in? How does the business continue to keep going? Um, do we have an off-site satellite place? Do we have files backed up in a server on an off-site place? Is there somewhere that the CEO of the company needs to go immediately? Who's going to get them there? How are they going to get them there? And if not just the CEO, who else is? Are there other C-suite members that we're going to take care of? Guys, give me a second. Let me see if I can get Dan on, and then I'll finish this conversation. Okay. Dan, let me know if you're on. I'm going to try to I'm new with this StreamYard stuff, so I'm going to invite you. And if anybody, if you guys, you want to get on, you want to jump on my live, a lot of people will have questions. I think there's a comment section down here. I'm using StreamYard, so this is pretty new to me. This is my second time using it. But if there's a comment section, feel free to jump in the comment section. There is a comment section. Whatever platform you're on, feel free to talk. And also, what I will do, I'm going to copy this over here. If you want to come on and if you have questions, like I said, if you want to come on, if you have questions, here's the link right here. Just jump on the link that should show up on Instagram. It should show up on whatever platform you're on. YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're on. If you're whatever platform you're on, that should show up. If you don't see it, let me know, and I'll send you a link so that you can get in the comment. All right. We got a private chat and we had a comment section, but I want you guys participating. So Dan, if you are on, give me a heads up. Let me know that you're on, because I would definitely would like to get you on here, because you're actually there dealing with this, and we want to hear your perspective of what you guys are doing out there, what other people who are in the industry are doing to protect their principles. So, other than that, how is everybody doing? Everybody doing well? See if I can jump on this live from my cell phone. Is everybody doing well? What is the new year? What are your goals? What are your resolutions for this year? The inauguration is coming up. And so next week we're starting to lock down DC. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the inauguration. Because some of you guys are going to be coming to my city, and if you've never been to inauguration before, it's not that easy to move around the city. And one of the things that I do want to caution you, whether you are armed, if you have your concealed carry, you have whatever, you have reciprocity in DC, and you, whatever state you were in, or you are a security person. If you haven't been, even law enforcement, I just would recommend this. It's kind of crazy for me to tell you guys this, especially during this time, but you gotta leave your firearms at home. If you come downtown with a firearm, you will be arrested trying to get through one of those entry points. And everything is going to be shut down. It's from the last 2021. I'll share some pictures on my social media page. But from the 2021 inauguration, things are a little bit different. But National Guard will still be out heavy. There will be heavy street closures. If you are working security, or if you're working somewhere downtown, if you have to be there, I recommend that you get there 4 to 6 hours earlier. Don't plan on getting paid. That's just the way the things work. And if you are a company owner, you could it's fairly easy for you to get paid. You just have to know how to negotiate, and understanding that you have to tell the client that regardless of what time they're billing you for, you need to be there 4 hours earlier, just to account for traffic congestion, street closures, and safety checkpoints and all of that good stuff. So let's see if Dan, are you on? Can you give me a shout out? Okay, I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on LinkedIn. And so this is my first live of the year, but it won't be the last, because I'm going to come back and I am going to talk about the inauguration and what it means. And anybody who's coming to work on the inauguration, feel free, jump in, join me. I love to see you. I love to see you down there and connect with the guys that I do know, and those people who I have been trying to meet and who have been trying to meet me. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. So let me know, and we'll connect, and maybe we'll break bread and have opportunity to talk about business ventures moving forward. So if Dan is not on here, if Dan is not on here, I'm gonna jump on here. If Dan is not on here, he was the key to this live tonight. So if he's not on here, then we're gonna cut the live short on that topic because again, I want it from a real time, you know. And again, I'm certain that he's dealing with all of that stuff there, and it may be very hard for him to get on. But if he's can't get on, I'm gonna probably even switch the topic, and you guys we can do a question and answer thing. And if not that, then we can talk about we'll just jump off and we'll jump back on, say Saturday. Well, not Saturday and not Sunday. Let's just say not Saturday, not Sunday, because we got playoff games and both of my teams. I'm a DC boy, so both of my teams are in the playoffs. Can you believe it? When the last time the Commanders have been in the playoffs? And Jaden Daniels, we have something special in Jaden Daniels, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. So let me see, man. Let me see. Let me reach out to Danny again, and I'm just hold you guys real tight. And if he's not on, I'm gonna jump off. I want to go to sleep anyway. Let's see what we got. What we got. Okay, Josh Pugh. All right. So I I am trying to figure this thing out. Are we gonna make it happen? So it says that security czars on live, and normally I have a whole bunch of people following me on live, and I have no comments here, and I have trying to see it trying to see it on my phone, but it don't look like I'm connected for some reason. Huh. All right. All right. So I think I'm going to jump off because it appears to be some kind of technical difficulties here. Because normally when I'm on live, I have a whole host of people who are on live with me. So apparently I'm not on live. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to come back on. If you're watching this on YouTube, it may be better because I don't have Dan from Dad Security. It may be better for you to check off of YouTube and then jump on to my Instagram at SecurityZar. Follow me at SecurityZar on Instagram and join the live that way. Okay. So this thing, StreamYard, is really set up for more of a podcast style thing where you have multiple people and you want to stream it on multiple platforms. And so that's what I am doing. But apparently we don't have it's either not working right and because I see people on here, but nobody's saying anything. And normally my people I have a really large following and I get a lot of comments. So I am logging off and I'll jump back on just on Instagram solo. Okay. See you guys shortly.